for a Johnson, red and black.
Yes, sir. I've been looking for this guitar for a very long time.
This is a very special guitar. And it's important for me to know who it's going to. Now, this old Johnson's got a lot of history behind it.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
All right, how you doing, young man?
This guy said he has me sign a contract so he's to make me a star.
He had you sign a contract?
Yeah, big mile-long contract.
What did the contract say?
Michael, Lightning is mine. He signed the contract.
You know who I am, Papa, right?
What the hell's going on here?
I was sent here to help you. Now, Papa Legba, he knows who I am.
Papa who?
You should read it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, mysterious. The dark side, good versus evil. It's all about to go down. That's right. When we get ready to check out Papa Legba's guitar indie thriller film series, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. We're going to discuss a little bit of it. But here, hanging out with your boy Preston, Phat Samurai Guy, in the movie dojo, I am surrounded by legends today. That's right. There's one legend, one or two. They're not here yet. They may or may not show up, but it's all good. Shout out to the blues man himself, J.C. Smith. Hopefully he pops in a little bit later. But I have in the house, that's right, you guys know him, you love him, Danny Lopez. Welcome, brother. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you. Take these off, so I don't... How's everybody out there?
Yeah, man, great to have you. Thanks again for being here, hanging out with me. I'm going to be talking movies, martial arts, and music today. That's right. Keith Rosary, the Grandmaster himself. Welcome.
How's everybody? Good to see you guys. Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And my brother from another mother. That's right. Here he is, actor, writer, martial artist. He's done it all. JEFF Langton. Welcome back, brother.
How's everybody doing? Like I say, I always want to give praise and glory to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, by me having a second chance on life. Thank you. And I'm very honored to be here, Preston.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. We had a blast last time you were here. Me, you, Ellen DeLaBie, Don Wilson, all those guys, talking about the award-winning The Shepherd Code movie that you were involved in, the indie thriller. So congratulations, Jeff, being in that. We had a lot of fun.
You.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun watching you in that. And yeah, I got some legends watching us right now. Thanks again, guys, for chiming in and watching today. But before we get to Papa Legba guitar, baby, before we get to that, we gotta let those of you that are watching right now that are brand new and to these legends that are hanging out with us today, we're gonna have a chance to introduce yourselves a little bit more. We're gonna go into your little bit of your history, just a little bit before we lead up to Papa Legba. And Danny, man, brother, what a legend. Kickboxing champion. I mean, you know, actor, martial artist, stuntman. He's done it all. Now directing and also director of photography as well. Brother, how did you get into martial arts first up?
I grew up in Wilmington, California. It's right next to San Pedro. And I was a young Puerto Rican kid. But for whatever reason, Wilmington was divided between East and West Side Rimas. That's what the Mexican gangs called it. And I was catching hell from both directions. So I started taking martial arts because I just didn't want to get beat up by 5-6 guys, you know, almost on a daily basis. From the West Side didn't know me, the East Side didn't know me, and I was just targeted, you know. And it just seemed like I grew up on real close to an area called Ghost Town. So most of my friends, even though everybody saw me as they thought I was Mexican, most of my friends were black growing up, you know. So, but I ended up taking martial arts and soon found out that I was fairly decent at it, you know. And so that's what led me into competition. And then I took it serious. And from the competition part of it, I remember getting picked up one day through Joey Orbillo, who was a cop at the time. And he's the one who taught, he's the one who actually was working with Joe Louis on boxing. And Joyer B was a police officer. He picked me up because I got in a fight with 4 guys, and he saw me from a distance. His car patrolled. He flipped the U and he came back. By the time he came back, I had already wiped out 3 of them. The 4th one was on his way out running.
Wow.
Told me, he goes, you know what? It's really great that you can defend yourself, but you should use that to make a living. And then he told me about his background as a professional boxer, and he started training me with my stand-up, and that was at the age of 13. And 13 or 14, I can't remember. I think it was 14 years of age. And but anyway, he took me to the old Seaside gym when it was right on the beachfront. Right, it was literally the gym, sidewalk, sand, and the ocean. And that was the old Seaside boxing gym where Jake Shagru was the trainer there, and guys like Mondo Ramos, Mondo Muniz, all these guys used to train there back in the day. Dan Little Red Lopez, yeah, a lot of guys used to train there at that gym.
Nice. Copy that. And man, what a phenomenal career you've had, man. I mean, kickboxing and boxing, just absolutely phenomenal. And becoming champion. I mean, how cool was that, man? And several different
Danny Lopez right there.
Yeah, there yeah. What a beautiful belt too, man.
Thank
gorgeous belt. Gorgeous belt. But yeah, congratulations. I love this photo right here. You next to Hearns. What? Hearns?
The Hitman.
The Hitman, baby.
Yeah. I had a chance. I used to train under Chuck Bodak, who was a legendary boxing cutman, and him and Emmanuel Stewart were very good friends. So I had a chance to train, with Chuck, and Chuck introduced me to all these different big name boxers, and I got a chance to work out with some of them, which was a great honor for me.
How cool is that? How awesome is that? Yeah. But yeah, man, congrats on your career and being Hall of Famer and all that. But what got you into filmmaking?
Well, it's funny. I remember I used to train with Chuck Norris at his house when he lived at Rolling Hills Estates. And during that time frame, I started hanging out at his house and training with him and that. And it was just a natural progression because all these guys were, like a Charlie Sheen stunt double, the guy who actually accomplished what was his name? Evel Knievel never did, was he jumped that Grand Canyon. Well, Eddie Braun was the stuntman that did that. And I had a chance to meet Eddie at Chuck Norris's house. So all these guys, I just kind of got it, one thing led to another. Before you knew it, I had a chance to work on my first film. And I worked with Chuck Norris on Hero and the Terror and a couple other films.
Oh, nice.
I ended up working for his son Eric, who was a stunt coordinator, second unit director and sometimes directed the episodes for Walker, Texas Ranger. So it was just a progression thing, and that's how I met Jeff. Well, I met Jeff through the Jet Center. I started training at the Jet Center, and I eventually became part of Ben Urquidez's elite stunt team. And actually, Jeff got me my first coordinating job. And so, I owe a great deal. I always kid Jeff, and we always get on the phone. Sometimes I tell Jeff, I don't want to get to know you all in one conversation. So
I'll elaborate on that.
Copy that. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. And you've been in so many projects.
Yeah.
Many projects.
Jeff got me, I can't remember what film it was, but I remember him getting my first big coordinating position, which, I did a lot of work as a stuntman, but then my first coordinating position I got through Jeff, and kind of took off from there. But I got involved in a film in Puerto Rico, and I had wrote a screenplay, and I wanted to actually see it eventually, done, but I couldn't get anyone to sign off on it, and I just a hell of a time getting people to commit. And so what ended up happening was I just took all the money that I made and I invested in myself. I bought my own cameras, my own lights, my own equipment. I beefed up my computerized systems so that I could edit everything in-house. And don't get me wrong, I was not good at it in the beginning stages. I was good at action.
Yeah.
I wasn't good at editing. I wasn't good at, really wasn't that great at filmmaking. I wasn't really good at audio. As a matter of fact, my first film was a disaster because the audio levels were all over the place. But as time went on, you start sharpening and honing in on your skills and stuff.
Yeah.
Then you realize, okay, it took me, you got to figure from the time I was in my 20s and I'm 66 now, you either got to get better or realize you're a failure,
Right. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And here you doing a little bit of action directing right here. Is it
actually,
Cynthia Rothrock?
Yeah. Well, actually, the one who's coordinating the action there was Art Camacho, who's in the background there.
That's him in the back. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Choreographing the fight sequence. I was just a stuntman, and you can see Maurice Travis in the background as well.
Yeah, love it. Love it. Yeah. And that was for the Camacho effect, right?
No. The Camacho came later.
Okay.
That was actually, I think it was 2008, 19 or 20, something like that. They approached me because I had all the equipment and all the gear and everything. And with the limited budget that they were really working.
Come on, take a look.
Yeah.
And said, hey, listen, I would love to have you come on board. And we need your equipment and everything. Shot 6 episodes.
You can see me, but you just
Blinky Rodriguez.
Jeff, you trying to invite someone?
Oh no, I was just talking to my lady right now.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, say hello from us.
That was says hello, Cha-Cha.
Okay. Go ahead, Danny. Continue.
She goes to bed early at night.
Ah, okay.
But she gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning and goes to work.
Oh, wow.
And I get to go on the PhatSamuraiGuy.
That's right. That's right. PhatSamuraiGuy show. All right, Danny, go ahead and continue, brother.
Yeah, we shot 6 episodes. It was with Don the Dragon Wilson, Ben Urquidez, Blinky Rodriguez, Cynthia Rothrock,
yeah,
Graciela Casillas, and what was her name? June Castro.
That's right.
He did for Cynthia Rothrock, was nominated for an Emmy. I was my camera crew went out and shot it with my equipment. So the whole thing was shot under MVP Productions. And I was the director of photography and the film editor.
Nice. Yeah, that was my that Camacho effect. Like my Camacho experiment hat. I had to show off there when I interviewed Art not too long ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's so awesome. Yeah, so many projects you were part of, especially this one right here, man. What? Human Target, Blood Fist. That's right. Now, this is what I'm talking about, Danny. Like I mention this all the time. Posters, Keith, I'm sure you can agree, Jeff. Movie posters in the 80s and the 90s, early 90s, were the best.
The best.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So much personality. They make you want to buy that movie. They make you want to go see it. Posters nowadays are kind of vanilla. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're kind of like the same thing over and over again. But,
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, there's that charm. But yeah, that's cool that you were part of this project as well, Danny. How cool is that?
My name was right on the box of that video.
Yeah, right there, right in the bottom there, guys. There's his name. Wow. That's right. That's right.
Cool, man.
Yeah. And now you're directing. You're like, boom. Now this right here, when it comes to like indie films and action and horror or sci-fi, no matter what genre, this piques my interest. So I saw photos of you and I'm like, oh man, look at Danny here looking badass. And I was like, I have to see this movie. And, shout out to our brother who's not here yet, J.C. Smith. He's also in this movie.
Yes,
with you. So how cool is that? But let's have a little bit of fun here and let's play the trailer. Everybody watch it to When Death Comes Knocking, baby.
All right.
Yeah, I got a plan. I'm gonna find everyone and anyone who was involved in all of this, and I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill them all.
La mercancía va en camino.
Rio was on the phone this morning. The shipment never left Mexico.
You know what I'm talking about.
You guys really rattled some cages?
What the hell went wrong?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice job.
That trailer scratches the indie film action movie itch, baby. That's how we do it, Danny. I love that kind of stuff, man. I want to see this. I want to see this. Where can we watch this right now?
On the same platform where you can find Papa Legba on lookwho.tv.
Okay.
That's www.lookhu.tv.
There you go.
Look under for Papa Legba, you would look under I believe it's a mystery or mystery. And for my film, you can see it under action adventure. And then there's also a documentary that was based on Jeff's life story. It's called Legends of the, I believe it's called
Action's Legend, Danny.
Action
Yeah.
Legends Silver Screen. And that's also on Look Who.
Yeah.
Find all three of those on that platform. Look Who.
Here we go. Yeah. I'm going to be checking it out. Make sure you guys check it out on Luku. And speaking of Papa Legba, the producer has finally arrived. Here he is. Mark Edwards. Mark Edwards.
Mark.
How are you?
Where is he?
Just some technical difficulties. That was all.
It's all good, brother. Welcome to the show, man. Thanks again for popping in.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yeah.
The invite.
Oh, there's Mark.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
down
Mark.
I couldn't get my laptop to work.
there.
It's
all
okay.
good.
Don't worry about it.
It's all
We got
good,
you.
man. Welcome to the family. Technical difficulties every day. It's all good. We keep it moving, brother. But thank you, Mark, for showing up, man. Appreciate that.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. We just got done getting a little snippet. I'm sure I could do a whole episode by myself with Danny, together on his legacy. But we got a little taste for the audience watching right now. Danny's killing it. And next time, your next project, Danny, we got to talk about it, brother. Yeah, man. Yeah. Now, the Grandmaster himself, another Hall of Famer, Keith Rosary, brother. Similar questions for sure. Man, how did you get into martial arts, baby?
Well, my dad was a professional boxer. I grew up in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. That's where I'm at now. And we're about an hour and a half from Boston. So the Petronelli brothers were training Marvin Hagler and Vinny Pazienza. So they were always at our gym, and we were always training back and forth. And my dad took me to see Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon. That was it. I was done.
Right.
And I was boxing then, and my dad was kind of disappointed because I said, wow, you can kick a guy in the head. You don't have to take all those punches. I'll do that. So started when I was 5. I got my first black belt at 14. I started doing Kung Fu after that, as soon as I got my black belt, because I wanted to do another system. And my instructor, back in the 70s, it wasn't kosher to do that. You had to stick with one master. So when I went to do Kung Fu, they kicked me out of my Taekwondo school. So 2 weeks later, I get a call from one of the parents saying, what happened to you? You were a great teacher. You were just about to start teaching our kids. They love you. Why don't you start your own studio? I said, well, I'm 15, So one of the guys, the parents, said, you need to get a business plan and raise some money, and you could start your own studio. So I wrote one by hand. Now, remember, I'm still in high school.
Yeah.
I went to 4 different businesses, and they all gave me money.
Wow.
One of them said, whatever you get, I'll match. So I went and made $1,000. That they matched it, and I had $2,000. Me and my mom drove around. We found a building, and a month later, I was up and running. I had 30 students my first month.
Man,
That's Incredible was a TV show back then.
Right.
They heard about me, and they came and did a story, and I was the youngest sensei in the world.
Amazing.
So everybody in the country knew who I was. So when I would take my students to karate tournaments, they were like, that's that guy, the youngest sensei in the world. So I was signing autographs. It was awesome. And they would always ask, where's your instructor? I said, I'm him. And they would say, yeah, right, kid. Like, so from there, I started doing Kung Fu for a couple of years, and then I moved to California. And that's when it all began. I used to collect Black Belt magazine and Inside Kung Fu. and I would see Eric Lee and Don Wilson and everybody on the cover. So I went straight to Hollywood to meet those guys. And that's exactly what I did. And the rest is history. I started, I still competed the whole time. I was a national, state, and U.S. Open champion as a kid. And then as I got older, the competition scene changed a lot then. I mean, I looked up to Bill Wallace and Benny Urquidez and all the kickboxing champions.
Yes.
And those were all sanctioned bouts. Then they started having open world championships. And I won 7 years in a row, the U.S. Open and the Long Beach Internationals, many other tournaments. And it just went from there. And I opened up a studio in Pasadena, California. So I had a studio there. And then Jeff Langton and I met at the Hollywood Palace. It was a huge celebrity nightclub back in the 80s. And every celebrity in town came there. And a bodyguard company saw me and they put me as part of the team. So we had to go to stunt driving school, firearms training.
Wow.
And my martial arts was already there. So I became a elite bodyguard, and I worked for Prince, Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, Gwen Stefani, Shaka Khan, the Jacksons, you can name it. I've done it. So that was a big part of, a lot of actors, when they're waiting in between movies, they work in restaurants as, waiters or bartenders. I was always doing bodyguard work. So it ended up working out much better for me. And then I met a couple of directors, tried out for a couple of movies. Jeff and I went to the Cobra Sylvester Stallone audition, and we both got it. We were SWAT team members there. Yeah. And Jeff had been doing a bunch of different movies, and then met Art Camacho, who brought me into PM Entertainment, and I did a couple of movies there. And then some independent productions, and it's just been going ever since.
That's amazing. That's amazing, man. And
can you tell them about Dark Samurai too?
I'm getting ready to segue to it right now. So we'll talk about it right after I play a clip from Keith in action here. And Keith, when I saw this, I was like, I'm sold. I'm so sold. This is right up my alley. This is right up my alley. This is my, you said Cobra, so I'm wearing my Sylvester Stallone shirt today.
Yes, nice.
So, but yeah, everybody watching, check this out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Katana swords, roundhouse kicks, flips, martial arts, running wild, all up in there, man. I mean, I'm like, where was this growing up? I'd watch this now. But yeah, tell us about the Dark Samurai Project, Keith.
Well, as you can see, Kathy Long, kickboxing champion, Peter Cunningham, veteran actor Stephen Williams was in that. We had Sun Tek Oh, who great Korean actor who's done a bunch. We had a great cast. Philip Tan was the action director. What happened was we had a investor, John Woo, who put up the money and for us to do the trailer. And he had another investment ready to go. And then he ended up taking that money and investing in porn instead.
Ah,
so
as you do.
The movie ended up not getting done. We just did the trailer, and I was thinking about becoming an executive producer and doing it again now myself because I think it would come out great now.
Beautiful, yeah.
Also, Wesley Snipes saw that at the time, and that's what made him do Blade.
No way. You know what? You know what? I believe it.
Once they did
I
Blade,
believe it.
the industry kind of said, we already kind of got something like that. So it kind of ruined our chances. But
right,
it was nice to have the trailer and really start, showing some of my skills because I had been holding back up to that point.
Gotcha.
I had been doing some PM entertainment movies, and unlike most industries, usually the black guy gets killed in the first scene. So
especially in horror films back in the day, of course.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah.
I didn't want to give away my skills on low budget films. I wanted to wait to do something more substantial, and I've got a couple in the works that are going to be really great. So I'm excited.
Oh, that's great to hear. That's great to hear. Yeah, man, it's never too late to do it. If you're going to do it now, Samurai Guy is going to support you for sure. That's something we could talk about in the future too, man. Get you back on here.
Yes.
But yeah, sold with Dark Samurai. Yeah, that looks awesome. And I'm not surprised it influenced Wesley to do Blade, because I think at the time, Keith, wasn't he offered Black Panther, and then he changed his mind to do
No,
Blade?
actually, what happened? Wesley was considered. I was considered.
Okay.
There was 5 or 6 actors that they were looking at, but at the time, the technology wasn't great. The special effects weren't great.
Right.
And Marvel, and they were just getting started, and DC and a bunch of them were just starting their companies, so they didn't really have it together yet. And I'm glad they waited because it ended up being much better later on.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, man, looking forward to any future projects. But Mark Edwards, brother, how are you? He's got to unmute himself there. You muted yourself, brother.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Mark?
There you are. Hey, there he is. Mark, I'm going to blow you up a little bit. There you go. You're a little fuzzy.
Well, I can actually see.
Yeah. Make sure we can see a little bit. Hey, thanks again for joining us, man. And
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
I've heard, you sent me several of your tracks of you singing, and you are so good, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
So talented singer.
You're going to get such a nice check from me.
I just got it. It cleared. I just got the notice right there. All right. But yeah, man, how did you get into music and then eventually become a producer?
It's one thing's way away from the other. I started singing when I was a kid, and oh man, I used to sing. I would have thought my parents would have noticed possibly a little bit when I was having little concerts in the. My dad was in the service, so we traveled a lot. But in the carports, I'd stand up on a car and sing to the local neighborhood girls and such, and I'd do all the Beatles and Elvis that I knew, and I was probably 8 years old at the time. And but then my mom would call me in to get a shower, and I'd go, okay, if you come into the backyard over here, and I go, the sound is really good from the shower. So I'd sing from the shower, and my mom would be looking out, and she'd see all these 3 kids standing in the back there. And I didn't make any money at the time, and I haven't made any money really, actually, ever since anyway. But had a little crowd that were interested to hear what I could do, and I don't know. I just kept going at it, and I went into a band at 15. I was the oldest in the band. Everybody else was 13 and 14, and we played. We actually were making money. We were going to playing all sorts of gigs. We only got to go if we wore the same outfits. I think I sent you a picture. We're all wearing red shirts and blue pants. We look like the Offman. But the parents wouldn't drive us if we didn't wear the same outfits. And the first time that we got to express ourselves was the Battle of the Bands at De Anza College, and that's where Larry Graham from Sly and Family Stone, he played. So we were the youngest band there out of 20 bands. We were like the second band on. So it was a long venue, but we had a great time, and it was a great experience. And then from then on, I just played in bands going all the way up to 30-something years of age.
Amazing. Unbelievable. But how did you get into producing and all this stuff and working with other celebrities?
That I only got that through Jeff.
Wow.
He offered it to me, and I would jump on a project that Jeff's doing, so I did.
Nice. How cool is that? Look at that. Jeff is the giver.
Jeff helped a lot of people.
Well, we went to high school together, and
how cool is that?
Jeff was just amazing. He skipped out on all the high school stuff that people usually do, and he just trained. That's all he did, was go into tournaments and practice. And he it's not that he missed out on a lot in high school, but he just chose something beyond that, above what he thought he was getting out of high school. And I kept telling him, man, you've got such talent. I've never seen anybody do some of the stuff you do. You got to go to Los Angeles. You got to go to Hollywood. Now, a lot of people have said that they said that to him. That's where he got his inspiration. But I'm probably just one of them. But I knew it right from the start, and followed him, his career and such. And we hooked up. However we started talking or hanging out again, Jeff. We were in our 50s, I think. Pretty sure. Something like that. But he's always been just, I was following him all through his career. So it was really nice that, and I had my chance at going into the acting field. And the martial arts experience that I had was through Jeff. Although, now I've, since I'm in a couple of these shows that he's doing, I've been practicing all my martial arts skills and entering Ironman contests. And oh, wait a minute, that's not me. Never mind.
Are you still performing today?
No, not really. Just I'm trying to just record some stuff and just send it out there. I'm not. I haven't done. I'm a big karaoke hit, I guess, but that's about it.
Hey, being creative and using your talent and still being able to make music and send it out there. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
Yeah, and they're my own songs, so it feels a lot better. I have fun doing different voices and such, that I can still do. Yeah. But I'll tell you, that COVID, when it hit, it hit hard. I lost a lot of air volume.
Oh man!
But it's the way it goes.
Copy that. We got to keep moving forward though, and do the best we can, and be positive, and keep being creative. And I'm surrounded by so much creativity. All these gents here are so good at what they do. And Jeff, I'm gonna have to get, because your story is just so vast that I'm gonna have to get you by yourself also in the future. We can talk about your legacy, but we can for those of you that are watching now, we can do a little bit here. But Jeff, man, martial arts, how'd you start getting into it, my friend, and doing forms and everything?
I mean, as far as martial arts?
Yeah.
I got in a little fight with some guy, and I said, I never want that to happen again. And I was in high school. I just want to say one thing about Mr. Edwards. Mark was the most talented, the most liked guy in high school. And Mark, I was the most likely to end up in jail. Okay. And Mark was always there for me. He was always my brother. I love him to death. Like the best friend, like Danny Lopez and Keith. I'm crying over here because I have, brothers that love me and I love them. And, that's the first thing I want to say. But as far as my martial arts, I started in Shotokan Karate with Kyoshi Chuckle Kimura and Leonard Lafferty. And I rode my 10-speed down to 4th Street in San Jose and had a school called Santa Clara Karate Do, and Chuckle Kimura was the head sensei. His sensei was Ken Funakoshi, was the founder of Shotokan, was Gichin Funakoshi, and the nephew of Gichin Funakoshi was Chuckle Kimura's teacher. So I'm like a 4th generation Shotokan. I got my green belt. Wow. And then when I went to West Valley College, I got my Shodan. So I was on the West Valley karate team, and I'm a karate champion and all that other stuff. And then I ventured off to Ernie Reyes. And when Ernie Reyes opened up his school on Winchester Boulevard, it was just me and Ernie. And Ernie just got his black belt from Dan Cuccioli. And I went on and studied with Ernie for many, many years. And I received my black belt when I think it was like, what, Mark? When I was about 17 or something, I don't remember. But then I went back to New York City and I lived with my aunt in Brooklyn. I don't want to get into that part of my life, but I had a little bit of issues with the most likely guy, you know. And and basically, my uncle told me go to Hollywood. So I went to Hollywood. I trained with Byung Yu because he was part of Dan Choi's lineage from Master Kong. And basically, I went on to be at the Jet Center where I met Mr. Lopez. And Danny was such a sweet guy. He has the same faith as me. He encouraged me. And I want to bring up Johnny G. Johnny G was a very close friend of ours. He was from New York, Chinese and Italian. And Johnny taught me and Mark, me and Danny, the lenses and how to use photography. And me and Danny owe a lot. And Danny's always been there for me. He's a good man. And Danny has all the equipment, MVP Productions. I mean, if you guys need a DP or any of that kind of stuff, Danny's there. And I move on to Mr. Rosary. We started working at the Palace nightclub on Vine across from Capitol Records. And I was basically living in my car. And Keith can attest to that next door to a pizzeria. Correct, Keith?
Absolutely.
And so I met a lot of celebrities and I had a lot of friends. I made a lot of friends, and Keith has been one of my friends ever since we started working there. I saw Keith knock out about 4 guys in the street on Vine. And I said, Keith was such a good looking guy. I said, I don't know if he's so handsome back then and still today. I said, this guy, and I was watching him. I just sat back and I was watching. He's like Bruce Lee in the street. Bang, bang. All these guys are falling down like a Kung Fu movie. Wow. And he said, hey, why didn't you jump in? I said, you're doing too good. I don't want to take away your shine. No, I mean, the people are just falling down. It's like right in front of the Palace. And Keith is there in his leather jacket, just tuning guys up, man. I mean, it's incredible. And Mr. Edwards, there was a guy we went to high school. I got to mention this guy, Kirk Pape. This guy was the toughest guy in the high school. Correct, Kirk?
Hey, yeah, you're correct. Kirk was.
And Kirk, one time he comes over. I remember, says, "Hey, Mark's in a street fight." I said, "Well, we got to go back him up." So we drove over, and Mark was duking it out with some Latino guy using karate moves, and he says, "I almost got him, Jeff, but I didn't get him." I said, "That's my boy." And I said, "Come on, let's go." And they don't want to fight us, me and Kurt. So we went on, but this is too much, man. I'm just so blessed to be here, man. I mean, this is incredible, Preston.
Yeah. It's great to have you here and you hear a little bit of your story and all that. Like I said, I got to get you separately because it'd probably be a good 3-hour stream.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Don't let him fool you. He dated Angelina Jolie.
What?
He hung out with a lot of, me and Jeff were the ladies' men back then.
Wow.
So
studs.
Yeah. And Angelina, and go ahead, Keith. Tell the story because it ain't me telling. Go ahead.
Jada Pinkett didn't have any money, so Jeff would take her for burgers. We'd go down to, what was the name of the place?
Wow.
What's that place in Tommy's Burgers?
Tommy's Burgers, yeah.
Yeah.
So she couldn't afford stuff then, and Jeff made sure he took care of her. He took care of the back then.
Wow, what a sweetheart. Look at these studs. Oh, by the way, Keith, I hate you because you look the same as you did when you were young.
I hope it lasts because, when I was fighting out in the day, Jeff's describing me fighting. I had to because, I had to be 21, but I was only 17. So I got a fake ID and I hung out with the older guys and I had to prove myself. They'd always say, "Go ahead, kids, let's see what you can do." And I'd have to take guys down. So we did a lot of street fighting in Hollywood. And every time I would go for an acting part, they would say, you know, you're so good, but you just look too young. You're too young. Now I'm 60 years old, and they're saying, you look 40. You're great. We want you. So everybody wants me now. So it's
There you
working in
go.
my favor.
I love it. I love it. But yeah, Jeff, it's great having you here. And again, your legacy, your story will always be told. You know, people you've worked with, you know, Lorenzo, Lamas, Van Damme, Stallone, all that good stuff. Again, we'll have to get you back on there to talk all about that good stuff.
Can I say one other thing?
Is Maximum
Can I
Force
want-
still your favorite movie, Jeff? Is that still
Yes,
your
sir.
favorite?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Did you ever see it, Preston?
Yeah, way back, but I want to revisit it though. I want to buy it on DVD if I can. I want to see if it's
Okay.
on Blu-ray. It might be on Blu-ray actually.
JC
Yeah.
Smith's calling me.
That on Bluray.
Hold on. JC's calling me. If I
go
come
ahead.
out, I'll come back. JC's calling me.
Okay. No, I'll mute you. I'll mute you.
Disc.
Go ahead. You're good, Jeff. All right, go ahead, Danny.
I said I actually have a copy of that Maximum Force on laser disc.
No way.
Wow, laser discs back in the day.
That's gotta be worth something. How cool is that, man? Yeah. Do you know if it's on Blu-ray, Danny? Maximum Force.
Sure. I'm not sure. Find it online.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up for sure. But yeah, I remember Richard Lynch was in it. Was it Mickey Rooney? There were so many people in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember enjoying it a lot. I mean, you got Flash Gordon on the cover there. I remember enjoying it a lot, but I want to revisit. I want to just buy the movie. But yeah, again, I'll have to talk to Jeff about that separately. But I wonder where JC Smith is. Hopefully he could join us. If not, we can get him back on here in the future. But yeah, now let's go ahead and talk about actually I wanted to save Papa Legba for Jeff, but let's segue to Mark. Mark, when you were brought in as producer for Papa Legba, what were your thoughts on it when Jeff hit you up with the plot synopsis and the idea he was going for?
Well, I'm just happy to be able to help on anything and to just get involved in it. It was really it was nice of him to ask me if I'd be interested, and I was.
Yeah. Got to show the poster there. Got to represent. That's right. And Keith, you're eventually brought in a little bit later, or what's going on with your character?
Yes. Each episode has a different guitarist that they're talking about.
Right.
The first episode was kind of an introduction just to talk about the guitar and introduce Papa Legba.
Hey, there he is. There's JC.
Yeah, JC. So now it's about Robert Johnson, and I'm playing Robert Johnson. So I'm honored to be part of the team, because this one is going to be 10 times better.
Oh man, episode 2, correct?
Yes.
And we're going to get to that in a little bit here, but I'm trying to bring Jeff back in. JC, the legendary blues musician, is here. Award-winning musician.
JC, what's up,
brother?
my brother?
We can't hear you. Are you muted? We can't hear you.
I did that.
There he goes.
Unmute yourself. Well, try it now. No, we still can't hear you. Bounce out and come back in. Try it again. Yeah. Hey, it's so cool to see him. All right. Yeah, we'll see if when he comes back in, we'll check the audio. But yeah, that's just how it is. But hey, it's cool to see him at least for a couple of seconds. Hopefully he'll come back in. But yeah, Jeff,
I understand that.
We just started. We were kind of fast forward a little bit to episode 2 for Papa Legba, but we're gonna, now that you're back, we'll start with episode 1, and then we'll go into episode 2, which I'm really excited for. We'll talk about all that. But let's wait till JC pops back in here. There he is.
Here I am. Can you hear me?
Hey, the legend is here. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
There he is. My God, he's there.
Saturday, I was looking for today. But yeah, it's good to be here.
There you go. Had to blow you up so everybody could see your handsome, magnificent face.
Oh, you don't want to see that.
Look at him.
that face can stop a clock.
Hey.
It's so great to have you here, man. And go ahead, Jeff.
Now the show starts.
That's it. That's it. Ready to rock and roll. That's right. He is the blues man. But
That's
before
right.
we get to Papa Legba, the episode 1, I'm going to show some footage. We'll do a little behind the scenes, and everyone watching chime in. My panel guests is what I mean. Chime in at
I
any
want
time.
Danny to start first. Then Danny start to Mark Edwards, and
Sure.
we go in order.
I'm going to play it. You're going to see it, and then we'll get to it here. All right, I'm going to put it up on
Okay,
screen.
brother.
All right, so let's watch some of the episode 1 of Papa Legba. I'm going to bring it up really quick, and we can all watch along and have some fun here. Let me blow it up, and I'm going to mute it so that way we can hear our wonderful guests talk with it here. So let me get you guys down there. There you go. Boom. All right. So we can start with you, Jeff. How long did it take to do this first episode?
Took us what? JC took us what? 3 days?
Something like that. Yeah. Because later we came back and did some cutaway shots. So yeah, we did a couple of days, and then we came back for some cutaways.
Nice.
Yeah, because Danny shot the principal photography. Then we did some pickup shots with a guy named Travis. He did like the train and the exterior shots. But Danny was a major DP on it.
Yeah, Danny, this looks great,
Danny's,
such a great job, Danny.
Thank you. That was actually my first time meeting JC. Was on the set, and I met him through Jeff, and then he later on came on board to work on my film as well.
Yeah, we did that one also. Yeah, When Death Comes Knocking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Which I still have to watch that. We showed the trailer earlier, JC.
Because when we first shot this scene here, they had skylights, and so we had to go up on the roof and put Duvetine curtains on the roof to keep everything nice and dark, because eventually we were going to go to Jeff approaching the radiator shop, and that part was shot at night. And
gotcha.
Then him walking in there to the inside, that takes place at night. So
oh wow.
So yeah, we were shooting all the interior stuff during the daytime, and if we hadn't covered up the skylight, massive light was blowing in there, so we had to cover it up and then cause the light to come from just one direction, which was like an exterior window, or from to make it look like that, and then we just kind of darkened everything. It was a great, eerie, dark environment, but it was perfect for what we were doing.
Yes, perfect. Yeah. And what a surprise this was for me when I first watched it, because I didn't really know what it was going to eventually turn into, which I'm going to show that scene we're going to get to it in a little bit. I was just like, oh, this is a pretty good like drama, talking about the contract. And then what it turns into later, I was like, oh, well, this is just right up my alley now. I'm sold here. But Jeff, talk about your character a little bit here for people that are watching who haven't seen this yet.
Okay, well, anyway, that character I played was the Archangel Michael, and Archangel Michael is God's main warrior.
Right.
And Papa Legba, he was a Yoruba deity. And Papa Legba, he speaks many, many different languages, and he's a martial artist. And so they come head to head, but we're not finished with the story. And it's kind of funny because when Danny first did it, he goes, "What the hell are you doing? You're crazy." People evaluate my mental stability, but that's okay. I like that. And then Danny says, what's going on? So now we're doing the Robert Johnson. We're going back and we're starting from the beginning.
Right.
That's what I wanted to do, reverse the curse. So that's the next episode. Keith's playing Robert Johnson, and JC, I don't want to give the story away because I want people to watch it.
Right.
But Keith's going to be playing Robert Johnson, and Robert Johnson goes to the crossroads and makes a deal with, lo and behold, Mr. J.C. Smith right there, international blues artist. Yeah. And Mr. Lopez will be lensing this. And
Beautiful.
Mr. Edwards is playing Satch in the next episode.
All right.
And that's going to be Preston. It's going to be a reoccurring series, because the next episode after that's Club 27, and that I don't want to reveal that. And then we have the kid, and then we have Papa Legba, we have Mike Angel Michael. So it's a series, and all these guys will still be part of this television series.
Yeah, this is great. This is a phenomenal idea.
That right there is Willie Rollins. He's was a blues guitarist, played with Johnny Winter, and we had Isaiah Pickett on it. And actually, Frank Stallone loaned us the guitar with Isaiah Pickett's playing.
Nice.
And so JC, I like JC to elaborate on what's his character.
Yes.
All right.
Go ahead, JC.
All right. Yeah. So I actually got the role as Papa Legba. When Jeff talked to me about it, it was right around the time of the lockdown, and he said he had written another script. We did some small thing before with this guy that was directing Papa Legba, and Jeff brushed me up on some acting skills and what have you, and so he gave me the script, and it was still during the pandemic, and I didn't know who Papa Legba was. I didn't know what it was about, but I know about the story about Robert Johnson, and I didn't know there was a go-between, because they also showed a guy named Legba in Crossroads. But Papa Legba, my role is, like he says, is the deity that my gig is. I'll give you something in this life, but you have to sell your soul in the next life to get fame, fortune, or what have you. And so that's my thing. And so I'm the devil's right-hand man, basically, capturing souls. And so that's where the fight between, of course, my brother, who's the archangel, comes into play at all these turns. He's trying to stop me from doing what I'm doing, but I'm still trying to do what I'm supposed to do, is gather souls. And so so that's my thing, is it's just to be corrupt as I usually
am. Copy that. But yeah, this was such a surprise, Jeff. Like, you guys were going at it, and I loved it. Was great use of sound too, because when it would cut to you guys fighting, it would also, anytime it would cut to the actor outside listening, you could hear the fighting, you could hear the powers being used back and forth. And that was sound design, again, like you were saying earlier, Danny, is so important. Danny, would you agree that sound design, having great sound design, is like almost like 70% of your film, really?
No, you know what? It's like it's about 80% of the quality because that's what drives you, is music. Music has a powerful way of making you happy, sad, energetic. That's why a lot of people use it for workouts, and some people use it like when they're just want to kick back, they want to listen to jazz. When they want to kick back and get just really mellow, they want blues, But music has a way of changing your mood swings, but people don't realize that it's like maybe 25% of your or 20% of your budget, but it really acts as 70 or 80% of your total production. Without the right music, if you have some corny music on there, it won't push the film in the storyline along.
Well said. That is perfect. But this fight you guys had, Jeff, how long did it take to put this together? This is great.
Well, I want to bring another person in. A shout out to Nico Quijanos. He helped with Danny with the second unit ability. I want to elaborate with that flash coming out of there. That wasn't CG. Okay, real quick, and I'll do a very quick story. That CG, I was a practical special effects guy. That's CG, but that right there, I went down to Harbor Freight and I bought some lights, and I had a Variac machine, because I repair guitar amplifiers, and the guy wanted $2,000. I didn't have it, but I wanted to do that, so I did that. But getting back to fight scene, Danny, because of his second unit director, Danny, he lensed it, and we talked about it, and it's a phenomenal fight scene that was put together. But Nico kind of put it together, but Danny was kind of like the overseer. He took charge of that particular team because he didn't want anybody to get hurt.
Right.
And Danny's a very good second unit director. We're very lucky to have him because right there, if you see, I sliced JC, and I could have took JC's eye out, and Danny told us what to do, and I listened to my brother, and JC was. You gotta give it to JC. I mean, he went out there, man. If it wasn't for JC, there wouldn't be no Papa Legba.
That's right.
You understand? And we don't go in to make a movie crappy. We go in to make it great. So the next one, we got Mark Edwards. He's gonna make his first debut, and we got Mr. Rosary. And I mean, I'm so passionate about this one. So passionate, and I've just got so much love, because I had open heart surgery, and the Lord Jesus gave me a second chance, and here I am. I'm so. Excuse me for a moment.
Oh, it's all right, brother. It's all right, Jeff.
You guys, I was in ICU for 3 weeks. Danny was, he's an open heart surgery patient too, but I just, the Lord's leading me in this, and Mark from my high school. I mean, brother, I'm an emotional guy. I can't help it,
It's
but
all right, brother. It's all right. We appreciate it.
But I'm so excited because people in the world, we get to preach the gospel plus give some ideas, and honored JC and Danny and Keith. Keith, I mean, he looks like Robert Johnson. You guys see the poster?
Oh yeah.
It was great at the NAMM show. He looked dead on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna show.
Yeah, people thought he was Robert Johnson.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at
and
that.
Mark was there. Mark, we drove down to LA together. That was a stellar event.
Yes, it was.
I love Mark.
Yeah.
So good.
Okay,
it's my driver.
Okay,
Danny,
I'm sorry.
Jeff, it's all right, brother. It's all right.
I just wanted to say another thing about the fight scene and what have you. There was also a lot of language that we used right before the fight scene, and being of the Santeria religion, Nico helped us with that stuff, and he gave me some stuff to say. I don't know how many times I messed it up before, but
yeah,
the cue line was the Ago Biba, and we still crack jokes about that, me and Jeff. And
yeah,
Ago Biba.
Yeah.
But I just love the whole story because, like I said, when I first clicked on it, I didn't know anything about it. Jeff didn't tell me anything, and I was just like, "Oh, this is going to be a pretty good drama." They're debating about the contract and stuff like that. You got two blues artists and all that, and then it turns into this, and I'm like, "This is amazing." I was like, "This is great."
It scared the crap out of me because when they were swinging that at first, that sword that Jeff was holding was actually a real sword.
Oh, wow.
I kept saying, don't go full throttle. And everybody kept saying, no, but it's got a handle on it. It's got a hook on it. I said, still, you just never know when that thing can give out. And it gave out right in the middle of one of the fights. So,
yeah, the last scene, it cut my cane right in half.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true. I remember that.
That he didn't go full throttle with it because he could have, there could have been a serious incident there, But yeah, everything
phenomenal.
They did a great job, and and that was what inspired me to hire him for my film. Was I don't even think I wrote too many lines for you there, JC. I just told him kind of wing it. Here's the general idea, and he just it was like listening to another guitar playing.
Thanks for the opportunity, Danny. I said thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, no worries. We got something else coming up that we definitely want you on.
All right, there you go, JC. More JC, the better. Let's go, JC. You're a natural, my friend.
Well, the funniest thing about it, I thought about the stunt we were doing on the cutaway, and they wanted me to wake up all crazy and what have you, and so I went down to this place that also got us some of the wardrobe, and they had these contacts, and I've never worn contacts. I barely wear glasses. And so I was in the bathroom trying to put these red contacts in for the second shot, and I could only get one in. They go, "Stop, that's perfect." So that's how we ended up shooting that thing, and it looked pretty crazy. I was kind of happy with that.
Yeah, it kind of looked. It worked out, I think, better with just the one red eye.
Yeah,
because you weren't fully revealing yourself yet until Michael was pushing you, and then you were going at it.
It was coming on. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, phenomenal first episode, and I am so excited for episode 2. Talking about the Robert Johnson story, and and Danny, you did the poster as well, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Phenomenal stuff.
He did both posters, right?
Yeah, he did.
Well, actually, the first poster for the first Papa Legba, some of the elements were already there that Sean had been working on, but then Jeff wanted to add the logos or the symbols. If you look at the pillar of the cement there, you'll see there's one of the logos for, I don't know if it was Papa Legba or the Archangel Michael. And then if you look
Papa Legba.
Yeah, Papa Legba, I'm sorry. But on the train, there was also another symbol that you wanted on there, and I faded it in. And
yeah, that was Archangel Michael.
Yeah.
Nice.
And if you watch the movie, there's a lot of esoteric stuff that's in there that people wouldn't normally catch unless you catch it 1 or 2 times and you start educating yourself a little bit more about the cult or spirituality, with just certain things, and like the symbolism. And as he's riding, he's got his cross with the sword, that symbolizes the archangel, when he's on the train, and the numbers that are thrown around, like the offer for the guitar 333. Well, if you double it, it's 666, right? The mark of the devil. So yeah, there's these things that.
Great shot here, Danny.
Thank you.
Danny, like, watch, you'll see him, he disappeared. That was Danny Lopez right there.
Before that
was Danny Lopez. You got to give credit where credit due.
Just before that.
And we have a shot where JC disappears. That's what Danny Lopez put that mark. Yeah, Mark Edwards, he's gonna, the second one, we're gonna really, just the next one's gonna be even better than this one for sure.
There you go.
That's that. Willie Rollins driving a Oldsmobile. Oh, by the way, the guitar. Oh, that's Frank Stallone's guitar right there. There's JC. That's a '57 Chevy. That's JC's personal car. But I want to say something. That guitar is the lost guitar of Robert Johnson. That red one. Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, that guitar. Yeah, that's what. See, we always add some martial arts. That's Isaiah Pickett right there, and he's playing Gary Penitento's Frank Stallone's Strat. There, see the scar on JC's face?
Yeah, look at that continuity. Awesome.
Yeah, we don't forget anything, right, Danny?
Yes, sir.
Wait till you see Keith. Wait till you see Keith. Keith, there's gonna be a lot of surprises in the next episode.
And look at him, Papa Legba. A lot. He's back. He's back. He's not done. That's right. But will evil or good win in the next episode? Well, you're gonna have to watch and find out. I know, Jeff, you don't want to spoil too much of episode 2, but give us a little taste and what you're looking for episode 2.
Well, I mean, continuity, that'd be the first thing, so people understand the first one. And, they'll understand it because, no, I'm not going to reveal that. You got to watch it, but Papa Legba's guitar might make a return. How about that?
Oh, all right. All right.
So you might see the Papa Legba guitar return.
Okay.
And I can't wait to see Mr. Edwards playing Satch.
Yeah.
That's going to be, one thing we got to talk about is Lola. We're still looking for Lola, the gypsy woman.
Okay.
Keith, elaborate on Lola.
Lola is the local juju woman who gives me advice. I go to her to try to find out how I can become famous and be the best blues guitarist ever. How do I get fame and fortune? And she sends me to the crossroads. Lola is someone who reads cards. She's into the occult, and we're looking for somebody who can really dial that in and play Lola. And that'll be a great opportunity for somebody, because this next episode, as Jeff said, there are many, many documentaries about Robert Johnson. And as I did my research, I looked at all of them. And without spoiling everything, we just want to let you know that this is the true story of Robert Johnson. There's been a lot of myths, and the myths are false. We're about to tell the only true story that has been done yet. And I'm so excited about that, because Robert Johnson's family, his sister, who's 93, and his grandson are very excited that we're telling the true story, because, you know, let's face it, the devil has been getting credit for his talent all these years.
Right.
And was that really how he got his talent? We're going to find out. And it's going to be very, very exciting for people to see the true story.
Oh, man. I cannot wait to watch this. Look at this. That's right. Reverse the curse, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I cannot wait. Jeff, when are you guys going to start filming?
Well, this is Mr. Edwards and myself. I'm gonna, I've been having just a little bit. I don't have to reveal my personal life, but I just had a few medical issues, and the doctor's giving me clearance, and I'm gonna go out to Mr. We're gonna shoot in Modesto, and I'd like Mr. Edwards to elaborate about why we're gonna shoot in Modesto. Go ahead, Mark. Take it, Mark, because you're the producer.
Well, it's got great location shots to that period. It's a really low key town, very nice, a lot of nice people, quiet, and it's kind of rural. It's there's going to be great chances to get some good scenes done in different areas of the place. We should be able to pull it off.
Nice. Phenomenal. Back to the Lola character, Keith. Is there someone in particular that has to have a certain set of skills, acting or music wise, that they can contact you? Or are you guys looking for a certain level, or anyone could try out for this part?
Well, I believe that I think anyone could. I think we're going for a different look. Normally, when they show women of the occult, they're kind of old and mysterious looking. We're looking
witch-like, right?
Yeah, witch-like. We're looking for somebody who can be in a gypsy outfit and really look good, and kind of be the female fatale of the show. You got to always have some kind of interesting eye candy for women. Guys want to see that. Have that sultry kind of drawn in thing where she can read the cards and talk the future,
like exotic look.
Yeah, exactly.
Draw people in. Yeah, I got you.
Absolutely.
All right. Did you have a couple of people in mind that you can't name, or can anyone contact you via social media or something like that to try out for the part?
Absolutely. We're encouraging that, because that's the last role that we have to cast. And like Jeff was saying, him and Mark will be doing some location scouting in the next week or so. And after that, we're going to be good to go. So the sooner the better.
Awesome. That's awesome to hear. Everybody watching, I hope you guys heard that. So that is awesome news, man. Yeah. And Jeff and JC, are you guys a part of the episode too? Are you going to be making appearances, or is that a spoiler?
Yeah, I have a small part where I work on something with Keith, and part of the opening scenes, and then it moves on from there. I don't want to give away too much, so you got to watch.
Copy that. Now, because of the talent that I'm surrounded with today, I'm assuming there's going to be a little bit of a little bit of action and martial arts thrown in there somewhere just for fun?
I want to let
I'm going to tell you something. Elaborating on that, I'm going to tell you this. Mr. Edwards and Mr. Edwards is the the force behind us, and myself and everybody. We're all a team, and I'm gonna be heading the helm on this one.
Okay.
I've been involved in directing. I was a second unit director on Almost Heroes. I've done a lot of movies. We're gonna have an assistant guy come out from Luku who did Action Legends. He's beat up, but Danny's gonna lens it. And Danny has, one thing about Danny is Danny has a lot of good ideas, man, and we're gonna work that out. And the one thing about Lola, we reached out to people, and I said I've talked to Mr. Rosary almost every day, and I've talked to Mr. Edwards. The thing is that I've been around this for 45 years, and there's joking Jeff and there's a serious Jeff. So you're getting not joking Jeff right now, and you got to understand something. The person that's directing it, Keith's going to be acting. So Keith has to finalize the character because he's going to be acting with her. You understand? I just throw somebody in there because we're, like I'm saying, we're going after Emmys. We're going after Oscar nominations.
Gotcha.
Because what's the point if we don't go after that?
Okay.
You see my point?
Yeah. Oh yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've reached out to Orianti. We reached out to Samantha Dewberry Lockwood. We talked to a lot of people, and I said, listen, I go, first of all, this part is going to make, because it's going to be an ongoing part. You know what I'm saying? It's not just one and done. So whoever gets this part, she's going to be very lucky. That's all I got to say.
All right. Copy that. You don't want to turn nothing down. Whoever was offered already, hey, you don't want to turn this opportunity away.
Yeah. And Jeff, you don't want to forget that number one thing too, is you want to make sure that Mark doesn't get hurt.
No, the thing is, the only thing that you would get hurt if you tripped on a rock when you're carrying. Oh, I don't want to give it away.
No, during my extensive martial arts scenes, I just want to, just throw it in there.
Oh man. Well,
I could just say something.
Go ahead, Keith.
Jeff's being real modest about the script. He wrote the script, and it's unbelievable. He does bring the element of action into it, but it's done so tastefully that it's going to blow people's mind because we're bringing. Let me put it this way. I'm a musician. I've been a drummer for many years and a singer for many years. And I've had to start learning guitar. I've been taking guitar lessons and studying Robert Johnson's fingering and how he played for the last few months now. And there's an element of the guitar that we're bringing in that's going to help us with the, let's put it that way. And it's going to be done so tastefully done. You guys are going to love it. So,
oh, man.
I have a martial arts
All
degree
right.
now, and I teach. I have 7 different black belts, so I have a system called the 7 Arts system, and it's all the martial arts that I've studied, and it's my own unique style, and I put it together. And Jeff saw it, and he said, "We got to add some of that element into the script," and he did it so masterfully.
All right.
After all of his years of martial arts and directing and acting, he knew exactly how to put it in, and it's going to be so special. People are going to love it.
Man, I am excited. You got a comment here. Hold on a second. Anubis saying big. He's saying hello, big. What's up to Jeff?
I think that's awesome, man.
Loved Lionheart. There you
Learn
go.
enough so we can jam together when you come out here, Keith.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I had to show that comment there.
Are we all having a little bit of trouble?
Danny plays the congas.
Yeah. But yeah,
Danny's a good conga. Danny was the one that taught me how to play congas.
Nice.
Copy that. But yeah, I'm excited for the next episode.
So are we all still together here?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes.
We lost JC for a second.
Great speaking voice.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Mark, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so until JC comes back, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up today. I don't want to keep these guys. I know these guys are extremely busy. Oh, here he's coming back right now. I know these guys are extremely busy. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And before we wrap it up, I'm going to go around the circle here. We'll start with Keith. Keith, is there anything you'd like to say to your followers?
I'd just like to say that the best is yet to come. There's a couple of projects that I'm involved in that's going to be awesome. So just keep me in mind. Papa Legba, this second episode is going to blow people's minds. And stay tuned. It's going to be great.
Amazing. Amazing. Danny, anything you'd like to say before we wrap it up to your followers?
I want to say thank you for the opportunity to be on here with Jeff and the guys. And don't forget, look who. Be watching out for these guys. They're new. They're making a name for themselves on a platform, which in the future could be like another Amazon, another Netflix or whatever. So lookwho.tv, and that's where you can see a couple of the projects that we've already done. And this project, when it's done, will more than likely be on that platform.
Yes.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Mark.
Yes. Oh, my followers. Wait a minute. Gonna have to look forward to those. But no, I'm anxious. This is going to be a good project and a kind of a whole new beginning for me on career wise. But I'm looking forward to it and working with these guys. I had a really nice time in LA with Keith and everybody there, and
it was great.
Yeah, looking forward to doing this. It's going to be good.
Well, you killed it with the first one, Mark. So I'm sure you're going to do even better in the second one. So thanks again. And before he cuts out again, thank the Lord. He made it.
JC.
Master Smith.
Hey.
Before we wrap it up, brother, is there anything you'd like to say to your fans and your followers?
Well, there's a problem I'm having a little bit with the sound, but what was your question again?
No, was there anything you'd like to say? We're going to wrap it up now. It's to your fans.
I'm looking forward to doing the scene with everybody and getting the band back together, I guess you could say, and doing this thing and making it successful as it can be. And looking forward to meeting you sometime in person. That'd be great.
Oh, it'll be a huge honor, sir. Be a huge honor. But thank you so much for being here. And now, before we wrap it up, the man of the hour, the man with the power. Too sweet to be sour. Jeff, sir, always an honor to have you here, my friend. Anything you'd like to say to your fans and followers before we wrap it up?
Yes, I'd like to say thank you very much, Preston, for having the crew on. And it's all a team effort. And there's not any just one star. We're all stars. And like I said, I just want to thank Jesus for giving me a second chance and to do this next project, and my brother Mark Edwards, for believing in it, and Keith Rosary for coming forth, and JC Smith that wouldn't be a Papa Legba, and Mr. Lopez, for believing in me and, listening to my phone calls, because I get lonely. You know what I mean?
Right.
Can I say?
Sure, Danny. Yeah.
You know what? I own a production company called MVP Productions. If any of you guys ever need my help, please give me a call. Feel free to call me, reach out to me. I own all my own cameras, lenses. I own everything. So if you guys on any production in the future,
hey guys, I want to say this, because everyone's read the script, correct?
Yes.
That's okay. The opening scene, I think that Preston should do the voiceover. What do you guys think?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah, why not?
No, I'm asking. Thumbs up. Let's go. Keith, thumbs up. Danny, thumbs up. Mark, thumbs up.
Yeah.
You got the job, boss.
Hey,
We just passed it.
Preston, can I ask you something?
PhatSamurai's going to do the opening voice.
I'm ready.
And I'll send you the script, okay?
Sure, we'll do.
Hey Preston,
All
can I
right.
ask you something?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Will this be archived where we can send it to people so they can see it and get a preview?
Oh, yeah. I'll send you the link. I can even send you the whole video file if you want to.
All right. Shoot
All
me a
right.
link and I'll
Hey,
publish.
Preston, one thing. You know, the thing is that I, because I'm, I believe in all the juju and all that other stuff. The reason why we had technical difficulties because there was an eclipse. But how come it hasn't gone black yet? It hasn't gone dark yet.
Well, I painted my roof blue. I can't believe it.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, this was a riot. This was a lot of fun. I am looking forward to Papa Legba Guitar episode 2. It's going to be phenomenal. Everybody watching, don't forget to check out the Luku app. That's right. Check it out. Stay tuned. The plot's going to be fire. The production is going to be great because you have all of these talented guys in charge. That's right. The acting is going to be good. Going to have put a little bit of that martial arts fighting spice on it because we have to, because we love that stuff. And yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait to be a part of it. So thank you so much. Huge honor to be a part of it any way I can. And an honor to have all you guys here. And Jeff, did you have time to play us a little short ditty before we go?
Oh, no. We'll do that next time.
Okay,
we'll do it next time.
Jeff was spoiling me earlier before we went live. I was just jamming. He was just going off playing his guitar, and I was enjoying it. Next time. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Preston.
Okay, love you guys.
Wait. All of you legends here, don't go
See you
anywhere.
guys later. Thank you.
But all you guys watching, we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Papa Legba Guitar, baby.